Everyone, and welcome to the video series where I'm going to be showing you how to build the Kennedy Bridge in Revit 2019. In this first video, I'm just going to be showing you the basics on how to use Revit. So to start with, when you open the software, you're going to see this page. You may not have files here yet, but it will say models and families, or it could say projects instead of models depending on what year of Revit you use, but models and projects do mean the same thing. So to tell you the difference between these two, families are objects such as title blocks, such as I have here, or beams, columns, or maybe basically smaller things that go inside a model, where a model is what we are going to be opening to create the entire bridge, or if you're doing the building project, it could be used to create the entire building in a model. So I'm going to start by opening New Model. I'm going to choose Structural Template. And here we go. This is our model that we are going to be used to create this tutorial. So to show you where to find everything, first thing is you're going to see in this upper left corner, this is called the Quick Access Toolbar. It's going to be hosting things you're going to be using a lot, such as save, print, 3D model, and other views that you're going to be using a lot. And also, I've already added a line dimension and the measure tool here that may or may not be on yours, because I have already customized my quick access toolbar to show things that I may be using a lot. So let's say, for example, I want to add ramp to there. I would just right click it and click add to quick access toolbar, and there we go. Now I have the ramp there, but I can always change my mind. But that's just a good way to organize yourself for something you're going to be using a lot. The quick access toolbar can come in handy. And next there is the ribbon, which is this whole thing right here on the top. There's these different tabs. There's architecture, structure, steel, systems, all the way down here to modify. You can usually find what you're going to need in Revit based on the title. So for this tutorial, most are going to be using the architecture tab, the structure tab, and modify. Modify contains things like drawing lines, editing shapes and dimensions. Or there's also annotate. That also includes dimensions here, or tags. And our structure and architecture, that's where we're going to get our main beams, columns, ramps. Basically the main components of your bridge are going to be coming from here. And then within each of these tabs, you'll see these little dividers in here. Like there's the build right here, a circulation model. Each of those is called a panel. And there are several panels in each set of ribbon, which they don't really serve any purpose. They're just there for organization. So if you're thinking that you need to put a column somewhere, but say you didn't know where it was, you can usually find it based on the organization system within Revit. Then next, over here on the left, you'll see properties and a project browser. These should show up automatically, but if for some reason they accidentally moved around or you accidentally click out of them, I'm going to show you how to pull them back up. So if we go to Modify tab, we can click here, and there's the properties. And then to open the project browser again, we can go to View, User Interface, check Project Browser, and there, now it's back. Yeah, you can organize this however you want. I can move those around later. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to put them in the exact spot you want, but you are going to need both of these quite often when you are using Revit. So the properties right here. I'll show you an example. Let's say I wanted to place a beam somewhere. The properties, it'll tell you what type of beam that is, its elevation, its material, and all these other details you can find here. And then if we go to Project Browser, that'll be showing you the different views in Revit. So right now we're on level 2, but we go to level 1, and there's the side elevation. So if we go to, the east elevation, we can see that beam that we already put in on the second floor. And then there's sheets right here, which we're going to be doing later on in the tutorial. So that's just your introduction to how to find everything in Revit to start with. And one more thing I want to show you is that it's going to be very important to use a mouse in Revit. If you don't already have a mouse and you're just using a trackpad on your laptop, I would really recommend buying a mouse. It's going to be a lot easier to use Revit with it. If you have the circle in your mouse, you can zoom in and out, or you can click and hold to drag and select everything you want. Or if you press and hold the wheel, you can move it around like that. So yes, that's how we use a mouse in Revit to start with. And that is some of the basics. And in the next video, we're going to be getting into more details on how to build the bridge.